Often hailed as the first American, Benjamin Franklin was a scientist, philosopher, journalist, entrepreneur, statesman, and one of the primary forces of shaping American culture. Hi there, my name is Dan Wallace. Welcome to Unleash the Ultramind, where we help you unlock the hidden powers of your brain. Today's subject, Benjamin Franklin. Number 15 of 17 children born to Josiah Franklin, Benjamin Franklin grew up in a time where your parents basically picked your profession for you. They decided that young Ben was going to enter the clergy, but after 2 years of schooling they could no longer afford his tuition payments. Thus, his formal education ended at age 10. Undaunted, Benjamin Franklin took this as an opportunity to begin a lifetime of self-education through reading and learning from everyone he could come in contact with. At age 15, Ben started an apprenticeship with his brother, James, who ran the first independent newspaper in the British colonies. Denied a chance to write his own column, Ben began to publish in the paper by writing in letters to the editor under the pseudonym Silence Dogood, a middle-aged housewife. This would be the first of several pen names Benjamin would employ throughout his storied life. The most famous of these names would be Richard Saunders, the title he assumed to write his wildly popular Poor Richard's Almanac. Though he loved his brother, Benjamin was a perpetual independent, and he chafed under his leadership. At the age of 17, he fled to seek his fortunes in Philadelphia. Now a fugitive for breaking his contract with his brother without permission, Ben sought new fortunes in this new city. Though he tried his hand at several printing shops, he found none of them satisfying. Simultaneously, he managed to catch the interest of the governor of Pennsylvania, who sent him to London on the premise of obtaining equipment to set up his own print shop. When this fell through, he worked in a print shop in London for a bit before coming back to the New World again. Upon his return at the tender age of 21, he organized a club that he called a junto, a society of like-minded artisans from all over Philadelphia who gathered regularly to learn and share information together. The group also founded the first subscription library in America, the Library Company, as an answer to the difficulty and expense in obtaining new books. The Library Company still exists in present day as a world-renowned scholarly and research institution. The junto was just one of many initiatives that Benjamin Franklin would take to increase his own knowledge of the world around him. To improve his writing, he would analyze, break down, and rewrite well-regarded famous essays of his day. To expand his knowledge of science, he would experiment endlessly, resulting in many new inventions such as the lightning rod, the bifocal glasses, and the Franklin stove. He also explored and expanded upon the workings of electricity, at the time an entirely new field of study. Many are familiar with his famed kite experiment, but he was also the first person to propose the idea that electricity has a positive and negative state. In the area of philosophy and government, he was a major proponent of free speech and freedom of the press. Though he did own slaves, he eventually set them free, and became one of the first prominent abolitionists in America. He believed in a set of 13 virtues, which he strove to practice and enhance throughout his life. He also established a philosophical society later in his life that continues to exist even in the present day. Though he was not the one to discover its existence, he helped to chart and label the Gulf Stream current in the Atlantic Ocean. The maps he helped draw up shaved 2 weeks' travel time off the journey from Great Britain to America and are the first known charts of the current in existence. As if that were not all enough, Benjamin Franklin was also a self-made man financially, founding his own printing company and then investing in several others. He left a trust of $1,000 each to Boston, the city of his birth, and Philadelphia, his adopted home city. These trusts were left to mature for 200 years, achieving millions of dollars in interest that went on to fund housing and education initiatives in their respective cities. To attempt to sum up all of this man's achievements in one short video is a bit ambitious, but I feel like we've established his incredible legacy well enough to move on to our next segment. How do we gain Benjamin's brilliance? Obviously, it's a very tall order, but here's a few places to start. 1. Plan to succeed. Benjamin was a proponent of plans laid in advance as a means of achieving success. He adopted what we now know as the modern workday as a way of increasing his own productivity. He studied one of his 13 virtues every single week. He left detailed journals, letters, manuscripts, essays, and proposals, many of which went on to shape our world in one way or another. Know the path you're going to walk on before you walk it. 2. Work with others. Franklin knew the limits of his knowledge, and he knew the best way to expand those limits was by interacting with people who held other specializations. Everywhere he went, he either joined existing academic societies or created his own if no such societies existed. Get involved with people who know a lot about areas you don't and try to collaborate with them to grow your knowledge together. 3. Become self-taught. You are the greatest teacher you have. It's your responsibility to educate yourself. In life, you can always be learning something new and expanding your understanding of the world around you. Take every opportunity you have to teach yourself. And 4. Smell the roses. While he was a man of action and learning, Franklin was also at times a man of leisure. Staying 100% in go mode all the time can lead to stress, depression, and anxiety. These are counter to achieving any goal you may have, learning related or otherwise. remember to occasionally take time to relax, unwind, and enjoy simple pleasures in life. That's it for Benjamin Franklin. He was really an incredible individual, and I encourage you to learn more about him. We only touched on a small bit here. Please hit the subscribe button for more awesome content like this, and don't forget to share this video with a friend. As always, remember to live boldly, change the world, and continue to be awesome. Though a mere mortal in a world of gods and demons, it is said that given enough time to prepare, he can outsmart anyone or anything. Next time on Unleash the Ultramind, Batman.